What do we have here today, folks? It's been a busy week. A lot of things going down in the Xbox streets. But today, I'm honored, I'm privileged to have a good friend of mine, somebody who's been grinding, working hard at his craft, and staying very humble to the point where good things have happened to him as a result of that. And the guy is very well kept, put together in these gaming streets. And he's decided to come on here and have an interview with me. And for that, I'm very humbled and appreciated myself. We've talked many times over throughout the occasion on Twitter, so it's not like we're new to each other. I'm a big fan of his work as far as his editing goes, and a lot of his articles that he puts out. I believe, my opinion is that we need more people like him to represent gaming in general, but most importantly, that he's part of the Xbox community. We need more people like him. I think his work speaks for itself. And ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have Logan Meyer on Di-Rrec Game today, man. How you doing, brother?
Well, thank you for rolling out the red carpet. I'm honored, man. I'm happy to be here.
Oh man, I'm glad you're happy to be here, brother. You know what? I'm doing something wrong. Let me go ahead and do this too. Let me go on and get it right. There we go.
Let's get it right tonight. Banner in the background and get all your advertisements ready and everything. I shall fulfill.
We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. Okay, man. So we're gonna get right to it with you, brother. The most famous introduction question to any gamer, right, is what got you started in gaming? What was your influence?
What got me started in gaming was actually the last day of kindergarten. My mom and dad took me and my brother over to Toys R Us, and we got an N64. And so my first gaming was Super Mario 64. And then a little while later, we ended up getting Game Boy Pockets and Pokemon Red and Blue, the combo pack. So that was my first introduction in 98, 99 to gaming.
So it was more Game Boy. Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I actually started off in the Nintendo ecosystem for a while. I play on all of them. I enjoy gaming, period. I respect fine craftsmanship wherever it comes from. Right. But at the end of the day, culturally and personality-wise and just interest-wise, I align with Xbox, and it's my main console. But I do appreciate the others. But I did start off predominantly with Nintendo, yes.
Right. Well, we have a little similarity there as well, man. It's kind of hard, right? I mean, who didn't start off with Nintendo, right? It's kind of hard not to, man. It's kind of hard not to, especially when you're a kid, man. It's like Nintendo, Mario, and Luigi have a special place in all of our hearts, man. It's just what it is, right? They're like Pac-Man and Sonic. You can't separate them for what they've done as far as being great mascots in gaming in general, regardless that they are just simply a part of the Nintendo brand. So your family were gamers.
Well, my brother and I, and my dad a little bit, but my brother is a pretty hardcore gamer, and then I enjoy it quite a bit, but for the most part, not my family, no.
Okay. So you're from Oklahoma, right?
Yep, OKC.
OKC in the building. He knows I had to throw that jab at him because I'm in Texas, man. So it's the Sooners and the Texans all day long. You know how it is, man. You know how it goes down here.
Yeah, I know. Red River rivalry.
That's it, brother. That's it. So as you got older, Logan, what was the type of games that you started to gravitate to and start to enjoy the most out of it?
This might sound like a cop-out answer, but honestly, I really like a lot of different genres. RPG, if I had to pick one, RPGs would probably be my favorite, and then FPS. But
okay.
I play anything. It just depends on my mood. Sometimes I want to play a horror game, so I'll play through the Resident Evil series, or another time I want an intense shooter franchise, so I'll go with Gears of War, or I might play Tetris. It just depends.
You know what? You know what, Logan? This is what's beautiful about this interview, man. You're probably the first person that I've had on Direct Gaming that is really showcasing the reality of it all, really. Because I mean, I think all real gamers are like that, Logan. It's not like you're doing anything different, man. Because I'm the same way. I got a 7-year-old son right now playing Tetris, man, and he's getting all the achievements on it. It's crazy how many hours he puts on that game. But to him, it's like Minecraft coming alive. He can maneuver those blocks, and he just has fun on it. I don't even bother him. He's killing it. And I've told him just go ahead and go for the 100 completion, man. Tetris. You know, Tetris has been out for a long time, and to me, it's very relaxing. It's one of those games where you come home from a long day's work. You don't have that anxiety of trying to figure out what to do, where to go, what clue to find next. You know, it's the essence, man. Those games like Tetris are the sole essence of why we became gamers. It's just having fun, just ramping up the high score, ramping it up. You know, taking it easy and ramping up the high score. Leave your initials, bag it up, and let's go. You know, nothing to it.
Absolutely. I mean, and it has a killer soundtrack that do 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 do, and then just spend so many hours with those little triangles and trying to get everything to just line up and build the stuff. And it's just, I love it. But just gaming's so beautiful because the diversity of it all, like all the different people who make them, all the different companies who create them, all the people all over the world, all the different genres you can play. And that's one reason I'm not advertising for Xbox, but that's one reason why I like Game Pass so much, is because I can just, depending on what mood you're in, you can try anything.
Hey, listen, man, I can't even blame you right now. Look, I understand it, but Game Pass is kind of tough to not mention right now. And that's the crazy part about this whole situation, man. Exactly. It personifies the gamer's mentality. Not to be biased, not to, it just is. That's just the ultimate truth about it. And that's what's making it so great. It's just speaking for itself, giving people all types of games to play, and you just play them. And no matter where you at, they're trying to get it to where you can just play these games. Accessibility. So Logan, you making me think, man, like you get on up through high school, man, and of course you get out on your own. And when you get out on your own, what's the first console you ever bought?
That's a tough one. The first one I just straight up bought on my own would be Xbox One, actually. And I know it wasn't doing so hot at the time, but I was loyal to the brand, and I was like, they're gonna bounce back. So I went ahead and I got the Xbox, and I got Rise was the first game I got for it, and it just blew my mind. It was so cool.
Rise did blow my mind. Yeah, Rise was good, man. For me, it was what was it? Dead Rising 3. It was Rise. It was Forza Motorsport 5, and it was Halo Master Chief Collection. Those are the 4 I started out with, and then what was in April when I ended up getting Titanfall. So that was kind of like my basic 5 right there. But you're right. Rise was, out of all of them, I have to say Rise was the one that blew me away too, man. Ahead of its league, man. Ahead of its league.
I'm still sad we don't have a sequel.
Yeah, speak on it, brother. We need a sequel, man. We do. I don't care what anybody says, man. We need a Rise 2. This is a fabulous story, man. Fabulous story. It was just unique history, man. Good history game. Good, just a mixture. Just it was good to me, man. I mean, it could have been longer. To me, the button schemes it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. When I played that game, I played it in its truest way of playing it by way of the Connect 2. So I got a lot out of that game. It wasn't just like I just ran through it and was done with it. It was a hack and slash, and I was done with it. I went through there with that type of experience. It was unique, man. To be able to voice command things into existence on that game was pretty dope. It was pretty dope, man.
For sure. And then the arena has so much replayability as well.
Exactly, man. Building up your armor. Exactly. My son likes that part about it. He likes that one. My oldest one. My oldest one likes the arena, man. He still goes back and plays it every now and then. He still does. To this day. To this day, I'll sneak in there every now and then. He's in that arena. There's people still playing at that arena, man. To this day.
That's what's so beautiful about backwards compatibility. I know some people would like you to think that nobody plays old games, but let me tell you, backwards compatibility is a big deal. And that's why it's my favorite feature, bar none, of the Xbox ecosystem. Because if I'm in the mood for Knights of the Old Republic, I just pull it off my shelf and play an OG Xbox game. Or if I want to play Lost Odyssey, I can play a 360 game. Or I can play Outer Worlds, Xbox One, and they're all enhanced and run better than ever. It's like, I like to be able to play what I have. I don't like the idea of suddenly my titles disappear, snap of fingers, and I no longer have them anymore.
So true, Logan. You worded that perfectly, man. And it's basically what I've been saying, right? You just personified what I've always been saying about what made me an Xbox, what keeps me an Xbox fan, put it like that. They invest in us, man. And you just basically said it. Our gaming career, shall I say, our stats and everything goes with us. It's a journey. It's a community. You're not what's the word? Penalized for upgrading to a new console with the games you've already bought, especially if they're cloud saved. But I'm still aiming for the fact that if it's a physical copy, it should play anyway. I'm for the universal rewritable disk drive. If it's an actual physical copy, it should be able to play. I'm still advocating for that. But hey, I just want to I want it to be ultimate. We have these games. Okay, we were able to put them in the 360. And I get it. I know there's licenses and things that are prohibiting nowadays, and there's just things about the business side that we just don't know as gamers. So I get that aspect. But if there is a way to get as many games, let me say that, as many games as we can, physically and digitally, to just play, then to me, my opinion, it would be better to do it that way, because you always got those people that like physical copies as well, man. You don't want to leave nobody out the dark, especially if you're trying to shoot for 2 billion people, 2 billion gamers on the planet. That's a lot of pleasing to do. The gaming industry definitely has its workout. It's got a lot of work to do, man, because it's a lot of pleasing that's going to have to happen to hit that number. A lot. And I think Microsoft is headed in a good direction right now.
I'm a pro physical merchandise kind of guy. Like most of it, especially steel books and just collector's edition. There's just it's like a new car, that new car smell, like new game smell. There's just something about it. I know it's like you go to GameStop or Walmart, wherever you buy your game, and then you bring it home, you pay for it, you come home, you open it up. It's like, I got this new game. And then you put it into the console, and it's different. It's a special feeling. Like, right. I buy lots of digital stuff, especially during the pandemic and stuff, being at home and everything, and it's easier. But especially in light of recent news with PlayStation stores and some stuff being shut down, it just highlights the dangers of purely being digital.
True. So the key word of what you said was purely. Exactly.
Yeah, so I embrace both. I mean, I prefer physical, but I definitely will buy digital if it's available, if it's on sale or only digital. But yeah, I agree. I think I want all the games BC. I mean, I'm a BC junkie. I would love every game playable. In my interview with Jason, he goes into it further, but there are a bunch of reasons why not all of them can be. But they are listening to us, and they are trying actively to add more to the lineup. There's not a guarantee on how many or when or whatever, but they are listening to feedback. So if you guys out there If there are particular titles that you would like to see added to the lineup, let Jason Ronald and others at Xbox know. Let your voice be heard. And also let those companies know. For example, if you want Quake 4 and Quake Wars and those Quake titles, now that Bethesda has joined the Xbox family, let id know, let Pete Hines know, let Jason Ronald know. Like, let your voice be heard, because some companies, frankly, just put you on mute and ignore you and just hope you go away. But Xbox actually listens to you. So, and they've mentioned it, and he mentioned it in our interview, that they really appreciate the support of the Xbox community and how much our desire and how much our passion drives their passion and has made that program succeed and continue going forward. So just keep letting them know what you guys want and expect, and also give them kudos. They've been doing a killer job.
Right. Good stuff, man. It's so true. It's true. What got you into editing, Logan? Where did your passion to write articles come from? Because I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I took a big swig of water for a second.
No, you good, brother.
I actually started writing in college because I actually was majoring in creative writing for a little bit before I switched, but I've always loved writing, and it's something I'm passionate about. It's what I want to make my career out of, actually, is covering the gaming industry. I would love to be able to, you see the guys out there and they're like, they're the ones writing the stories and the breaking news and stuff in the gaming industry. And that's what I'd really love to do. I've made a lot of progress, but I'm not where I want to be yet. And so I'm just going to keep my nose to the ground on that and keep climbing. But I just love gaming and I love writing. So I'm like, you know what? Why not just combine them and do them both? And so I started off on my own with Pixel Owl and tried it out on my own, creating my own thing.
I love Pixel Owl, man.
And I've also written for Thunder Sites because I'm a big sports hoops junkie. I love basketball.
He loves his Thunder, y'all. I know.
So I just so I've written for Daily Thunder and Bricktown Buckets, and I've done some podcasts here and there for them. And
that's cool, man.
Yeah. So, but for the main thing is gaming is what I think I can really do my career in. So that's what I've focused on recently.
Man, I didn't even know that, brother. That's cool. So you was able to get into where you're at and actually write columns in your community. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know that was an experience of a lifetime, man. I know that was. And I know it was extremely fun. I know it was. You probably got season tickets now.
I actually have had season tickets since the first game of the first year back in 2008. My family has. Wow. I go with my dad. It's his. Wow. So it's been a lot of fun. I love the Thunder so much.
Thunder play hard, brother. They play hard. And even when they lost their stars, you guys.
Yeah, this has been a tough season because they're rebuilding, but I respect the team.
Yeah, the Thunder has never been one of those teams to be garbage. They never were. The Thunder is always that team that you can lose to. That's good. Anytime you can't sleep on them. If you play them, you got to beat them. They're not that team where you just say, "Oh, we're playing the Thunder today." And okay, what do you think? They'll lose. The Thunder's never been that type of team. Never been that type of team. As far as how I've seen them, after the transition from Seattle, they've never been that type of team, and they've always had good players. That franchise has always been able to have good players, man. Like right now, yeah, of course, people have left. Basketball players have left. So, you're in your rebuilding, but that's natural. But I'm just saying, when they did have superstars, the Thunder have always been in that conversation. Always. You have to beat them in the West. They were always there. What was it like? Maybe, Thunder was always like at their best, second, third, but where they always failed was around 4, 5, or 6 seed. They were never like an 8 seed, They were in that middle area. So it's all good with them. They've had a better 10-year span than my Dallas Mavericks. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, you guys have an exciting future as well. So
yeah, we do. Luka's doing his thing down there, man. And also, Mark Cuban, he puts a lot of his money and a lot of the resources around here, man. A lot of the I'm glad you mentioned sports because here in Arlington, the sports, of course the Dallas Cowboys generate a lot of money.
yeah,
So
Jerry Jones, yeah.
right, you got the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, you got the Dallas Mavericks, you got the Dallas Cowboys, right in the same spot, right? But the influence and the Texas Rangers and the influence of all that money has fluctuated to where we were able to even get the biggest esports stadium here, like right across the street from all of them. It's crazy, man. And I can't wait to get into that, get involved in there because, man, that's some great stuff. I've looked inside of there and it's just amazing. It really is. It's the gaming industry itself. If you get a chance to just, if you can go to a E3, if you can go to a special event, if you go to a PAX event, go to one of them because it's just mind blowing. And you get an appreciation, like Logan said, you get an appreciation of the work that these devs and the industry bring to the table. You start to see things in a different light. So I'm glad you brought that up earlier, man, because it's true. You got to have respect all across the board. This is people's jobs when it all comes down to it. It's jobs, and they're creating games for people to enjoy. That's really the bottom line of it. I know we get out of line sometimes on the social feeds and all of that, but to keep it real, these are real people who are very technologically savvy, and they create these video games. They create some of these animated scenes, or they create some of these reality scenes, and they're good at what they do, and they make these video games for all of us to enjoy. You pick the lane that you want to get into. Gaming is just for everybody. At the end of the day, it's just for anybody. Get in there and enjoy yourself. So I've been a gamer since '83. I was a little kid, man. I had it in television when I started playing, man. It was crazy to see where gaming is today. I don't know. Do you have a Series X or an S?
Oh yeah, I got a Series X.
Okay, yeah. To see that thing, man, it blows my mind away, bro. To see just how far console gaming has come along. It's crazy. Every time I
Yeah,
turn it on, man, it blows me away.
Yeah, I can't believe I was able to use an N64 controller back in the day, like fluidly. Like I go back and I try to play an older game on that. I'm like, what were they thinking? This is a mutant thing, exactly. And then compared to modern controllers. But yeah, like right. The Series X just looks like a classic, just PC tower. It just game box. It is what it is. And then got my PS5 over there next to it, and it looks like a Dubai luxury tower. It's just it's different how they do things, but it's fun.
Right. That's the fun of it, right? The way they can come up with different schemes for their company to fit their audience. Look, just because I want Nintendo, let's say that for example, just because I want Nintendo to have a traditional console look may not be the vision of Nintendo. The makers want to put a portable dock and say, hey, you're going to use this portable dock, connect to the TV, you play it that way. You can have these Joy-Cons in your hand, even though I would prefer a traditional controller. But to them, that's their way of being different. That's their way of drawing to their audience. And they have enough audience, regardless of how I feel about the console, they're thriving. And that's the key. You want to be able to create something to where your fan base is fine with it. As long as the fan base, the bigger percentage of that fan base is okay with it, they'll thrive. You'll thrive. And there's enough room. Always room for improvement. Always. And that's another thing I like about Xbox. You brought up another good point. That feedback. The feedback is real in the Xbox streets. It's real. They really do listen. They really do. People may not think they do, but they pay close attention to what we're saying, and he's not lying about that. They do pay attention to. So get your voices out there. You want some real change? Speak up. They listen, and they know who is sincere, right, Logan? They know if you're making a sincere tweet or post. They know.
Absolutely. They know the trolls who pop into the mentions with all kinds of just goofy memes and stuff that aren't serious or are just clowning them or complain about literally everything they do. Or the turncoat folks that they know who's been with Xbox since the beginning and who hasn't. And so they take those people seriously.
That's right.
And just as long as you're respectful to these people and just say, hey, like, it would be cool if you guys did this or that, or, I don't appreciate that. I don't think that was the right call. They will listen. Like, take, for example, when they attempted to double the price of Xbox Live Gold, less than 12 hours later, they're like, you know what? We'll reverse course. That was a bad idea. You guys were right. We were wrong. And they moved on and they fixed it. Like, not very many companies would do that.
You're right. Not that fast. Not that fast at all. I don't know where it's at. Live and direct moment, man. Live and
It's all good.
He is asking me where's the lotion. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, man. Live and direct. But I was gonna ask you another question, man. Since we're doing this, since I'm able to do this interview with Logan Meyer, right? I was gonna ask you, what are you currently playing right now? What game, or you got an option, or what was the game that you started playing in this current gen that you like the most so far?
Currently, I've been catching up on Doom Eternal. I hadn't beaten it from a while back, and I was waiting until the DLCs came out. And so now that the Old Gods Part 2 came out, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of a stickler for it. Like, if I buy a game with a season pass and I know a bunch of DLCs and expansions are going to come down the road, I'll just put it on my shelf and kind of just sit on it for a while till they're all out. Because it's like when you binge a show and then you have to wait like 2 years for the next season instead of like on Netflix or Disney Plus where you can just binge the whole thing. So
That's true.
I was waiting for the culmination of the story. It's out there, so that's what I've been doing right now.
So you've been enjoying Doom Eternal, huh?
Yeah, it's intense.
It is. I was so glad when I beat it. I put it down, put it away, bro. Put it away.
Just don't touch it.
The end is gonna get you, man. I'm telling you, the end is gonna make you mad. And I just love the way it's unforgiving. It's unforgiving. It has no remorse for you. No remorse.
Oh my gosh. It's just like you're constantly having to move or you're dead.
Yeah.
It's like I play Halo on Legendary and like do all the campaigns on that, do co-op Legendary runs, but I have to say the Doom combat is just something entirely. It's like it's frenetic. It's like Halo, I feel like, okay, I'm in control. I master it. I understand my enemy's tactics. I do this, I do that.
You can't stop moving. You're right. You better.
It's like I gotta jump on this. I gotta grapple hook this. Yep. Oh my goodness, this guy shot a missile at me, and then this guy's trying to rip me apart with a sword over here, and it's wild.
That's true, man. Unfortunately, I haven't upgraded to 120 hertz. Have you? Have you yet?
No, I just I have a 4K TV. That's what I'm.
You're 4K 60 right now?
I think so. Yeah, I got a Samsung Curve TV. That's what I use.
You should be 4K 60. Yeah, that should be the minimum right now because I think all those type of TVs got that update. They got that firmware update to push it up to 60 hertz. I know mine did. But yeah, I'm just waiting, man. I want to see the kind of TVs that come out this year, but I really want to get to a 120 hertz on my TV screen. I want to get back to my gears, man. I really do, man. That's a sweet spot for me right there. So I'm kind of just waiting, man, because I want to get a nice, good setup this time and just really enjoy this gaming, man. Because Xbox is where it needs to be right now. Right now, it's hit its adult stage. It looks good. It's advertising good. The marketing is good. It seems like everybody's happy with what they've done. Tons of video games to be played. The services are affordable. We're in a pandemic, man. Look how great Game Pass is for everybody right now in a pandemic.
100%, and that's another reason why they did the Xbox Series S, because I'll keep it real with you. Like, not everybody is a graphic snob or wants the 4K this or that. Like, you hear, if you get confused and think all the folks on Twitter are the vast majority of gamers, you're sorely mistaken.
That's
Most
right.
people at the end of the day just want to play these games and enjoy them. And they could care less if it's the top of the line, this or that. As long as they can play the games and enjoy them and get them at a good price, they're happy.
That's
so
true.
The Series S is perfect for those people. Or like the discless PS5, which was at a cheaper option. It's like a lot of people gravitate towards those. Like, I'll admit I am a graphic snob, so I like the 4K TV and the Series S.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'd be perfectly happy just being able to play the game and just play it on a Series S. And it's a great console for what it is.
It is. I have it, man. It blew me away. It blew me away. I mean, it has all the features. All the features. It's just a little brother. That's it. It's just a little brother. I mean, 1440p still looks great. It still looks great. It has all the HDR features, the frame rate features. It plays the game's stellar performance. That little small console blew me away when I actually saw it in real time and held it in my hand. How small it really is, man. That console is small.
I know. It looks like just something you could fit in your backpack and go on a road trip with. Crazy.
The technology, man. The technological advances right now for gaming in general. Even when you look at AMDs and the video graphic cards, man, and what they are capable of doing, it's just crazy. Right now, gaming is just to me, man. It's seeming like gaming now. The entire world is leaning on it. It's like, who would have ever thought that gaming, right? The one thing that you used to get made fun of when you was younger back in my era, at least mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s, you were made fun of for being a gamer. Gamer was like being a geek, nerdish type of person, and he don't do nothing. He's lazy. You're lazy because all you wanted to do was play video games. Who would have thought that now video games is influencing almost everything when it comes 100%. To
because there was a huge stereotype that if you played games you were a bum or you weren't going to amount to anything or you were just a lesser than person in society. But it's clearly not the case. And matter of fact, some highfalutin, just upper echelon folks are promoting and fully engaged in gaming, and it's considered, quote, cool now in the vast majority of society. Like, if you had told me years ago comic book character movies and all this other pop culture stuff would be at the forefront and everybody would be liking it instead of just like 10 guys over here happen to be a fan of it and do chess club or whatever, but now it's like everybody is into it. So it's great to see it finally get the respect and people get the respect they deserve.
Right. You look at The Rock, for instance. Look at The Rock right now. Look at him just popping up every now and then. And look how old he is. But look what he's advocating. Look how, like you said, man, look how people are coming out just advocating for gaming. There you go. Right.
Yeah.
It's like you can never be too old to be a gamer. Microsoft put that trailer up and you seeing grandparents, uniting with their grandchildren or great grandchildren, because they're not around them, and being able to use their Xboxes and play with them and hear them. It's remarkable. And these kids taking up time with their grandparents, teaching them how to play the games with them, and then the next thing you know, the grandparents are just hooked on the gaming, and they're calling up the grandkids like, when we're gonna play tonight. It's fun, man. It's crazy. And that's the beauty. That was the mystery about gaming, right? Connecting people. That's what it's
Absolutely.
about.
Gaming is all about community and having fun and beauty of expression and just talent. And it
True.
connects everyone. I mean, there's always, some knuckleheads out there that try to ruin things for other people. But for the vast majority, most people enjoy it and come together with it. And it's a great unifying force. And that's one thing Phil has said repeatedly. Their new spokesman has been saying repeatedly that they view it as a force for good. And
That's right.
so I really appreciate that. And it's wonderful to see people from all kinds of different backgrounds and walks of life be able to, find, it's like, in sports, like, you got
True.
people from uptown, you got people from downtown, you got, folks from the country, folks from here, but they all rally around the team, like,
That's true.
this is our squad and ride or die. It's like that in gaming as well. And it's awesome.
That's true. That's it. You nailed it right there, man. It's a community, and it's best displayed in a community form. Who wants to play games and not feel like they're a part of a community when they're doing it? When gaming was built off community. When you make an arcade, right? You don't just put one single arcade machine in there and call it a day. You won't make it that way. You're gonna make it when you put a bunch of console machines in there. I mean arcade machines in there, and you give people a choice on what arcade machine they want to play. Next thing you know, you're getting 2 or 3 people who like one arcade game. Now you got a line. Now you got people talking that are waiting in line. Now you have people sharing their experiences in an arcade dungeon. Before long, you got a business that's just booming, with people simply having fun, sharing their comments, talking, laughing, leaving their initials, meeting each other, getting on their, going home, exchanging gamer tags. You see, that's just the way it is, and that's what makes gaming beautiful. It has all kind of levels to it. Like you said, you got the jerk level, you got the troll level, then you have the high professional levels, then you have the intermediate levels, you have the middle range levels, you have the hardcore levels, and everybody can get into a lane. You even have the cordial, the leisurely ones who will play a video game ever so often. But hey, ever so often they do what? Play a video game. It's just, video gaming is for anyone for any time of the day that they just want to sit back, play on something, and get off of it. It's really that simple. It's a lot of times we make it more complicated than what it is. We get it. Gaming has always been competitive. Like he said, it's almost like a sport. You get these sides and you take your brands, and like he says, you want to ride for them. And that's just a competitive spirit. But the overall definition of gaming is just simply having fun. As long as you can have fun, you brighten those devs' days up, because that's the goal that they're really trying to utilize, right? They're trying to get to that aspect of gratification of knowing that somebody is enjoying what they created. That's it.
Amen. It's 100% that. Like, who doesn't feel like, a little warm inside when someone appreciates your work? Because at the end of the day, these people pour their heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears into creating something. And then when somebody has the nerve to hop in and tear it down, that's just horrible. Like, just
Right.
let them know you appreciate their thing. Like, even if,
Right.
it's a bug-filled mess. Yes, it may be. But, just be nice about it and just help them improve their craft. And,
There's a way to approach it, right? And there's
yeah.
a way to have good criticism about the situation. It's not
100%.
like you're right. What Logan is pretty much saying, y'all, they're not intentionally trying to make a bad game for you to play. No dev does that. That's not their goal in mind. Let's make a screwed up game and put it out there so people waste their money on it, and let's get them upset. It's crazy if anybody thinks like that.
100%. And another thing is like, in sports, you say everybody eats. It's like that in gaming. Like with all the three companies doing well, it is best for all the gamers, period, no matter what platform you're on. And competition breeds success and breeds innovation. If Xbox, frankly, didn't, have such a rough go at the beginning of last gen, and Sony had such a great gen, then Xbox wouldn't be where it is today, where they are going all out and they're doing so much better, and they listen to feedback. They acquired studios, they built up studios, they focused on renovating old IP and backwards compatibility, accessibility, all these different things, because they had to, and they realized they needed to listen to people, and they were about rebuilding the trust that they had lost at the beginning of the generation. And now Sony has seen that and has been like, oh, okay. And so now they're responding with, the Jade Redmond studio and the Play at Home initiative and some other things. And then Nintendo Switch is just kicking tail and taking names. Like that thing is a juggernaut, how many sales and everything it gets. And I love mine as well. Switch is crazy. Like if you had told me when I was little that I could basically play my console games on the go on a good looking screen and controller, I would have never believed you. It's crazy. So just having all three be successful is what everybody should want, because it makes all three of them individually better as well.
Yeah, that Switch, man. Me personally, I fell out of love with it early, but I have to say, I have to give it its respect on this one right here. When they went cartridge, Logan, when they went cartridge, that's confidence. Nintendo went right to their roots and sold their butt off. Look, think about that. They went right out of the disc market and said, we're going back to cartridge and watch us sell. They don't have no time problems. They don't have nothing like that to worry about. The only thing they worry about is battery life.
Yeah, and their online connection are about the only things they worry about.
That's what, and because Nintendo has kept it simple, they were able to thrive, right? They're able to thrive. You can't deny it. They're the kings of Japan. Nintendo's the kings of Japan. It's just the way it is. And it played to its audience. That's why I try to tell people Nintendo played to its audience. In Japan, it's about being mobile. It's about on the go. So the Switch is their lifestyle. It accommodates within their culture. That's why it's doing so well. They said something, I was reading one article, 98% of the gamers over there are Switch players. That's insane. That's insane.
It fits their lifestyle. They're always on the go. Yep. They live in pretty close quarters and always on the go. You have a little time here or there or at work, and a Switch works for them. And that's why xCloud has been such just a boom over there as well for Xbox, because Phil is like, well, we want selling consoles over there would be great, but at the end of the day, what we care about is people in our ecosystem. So if you got a phone, no problem. You can play Xbox on your phone. And so now they're opening up business that way.
There you go. Because Xbox realized that having the console don't fit their culture. It don't fit their culture. So xCloud does. xCloud's on the go. xCloud is on any device that they prefer. That fits their culture. So it's thriving over there, man. It's doing good over there. The S is doing decent over there because it's small. Because like you said, they can put it in their backpack. They can walk around with it, take it to work. It doesn't take up much space on the desk. It's doing great over there. Sold out. Well, it sold out twice over there. The S sold out twice over there. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they've done another thing huge in Japan where this time when they launched simultaneously across the world instead of waiting months for Japan. Because then it's like by then people are like, okay, it's old news. So what? Like they launched it immediately and they gave good stock. They didn't do a token gesture few of them. They did a really good stocking this time.
I'm glad you said that because that's exactly why Microsoft was able to get the results that they got. They released it all together on the release date. There was no months waiting around. Exactly. And they reaped from that benefit of doing it. All right. All right. We're going to wind it down. Okay. So I'm going to read it. I had to read this one. This was funny. So, New Legal, where did you get your Xbox hat and shirt? That's cool. I want to get some Xbox stuff. All right. I'm going to be honest. Okay. Y'all really want to know where I got this stuff from? All right. I got this one from Belt. Okay. And I got this one from the Xbox Gear. Oh, it came in a collector's case, a limited time collector's case. And it was actually a gift given to me. You get some coasters and some other stuff. I'm gonna be doing an unboxing. I'm gonna show it. I don't want to say everything, but you can actually get these shirts online. Just type in an Xbox shirt and look. Some of the stores may have them, and you can just order them. Like maybe 12, 13, 14 bucks. Sometimes you catch them on sale. Reason I got these because I caught them on sale, so they were like $8.99. So I scooped up like 4 of them. So yeah, man, yeah. Logan, we're winding it down, brother. We're winding it down. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Just wanted to come in here and get some gaming talk and discussions with my man Logan Meyer. He's doing big things now. He's in the game. He's doing it, y'all. I'm proud of this guy because he knows I reached out to him a long time ago. We would have talks, man, and he was always ambitious, friendly guy, and get to know him more, y'all. Pixel Al, that's where I got to know him. I saw somebody actually. You know what, man? This is a story to that. Somebody had shared your article, literally shared it, and I went to check it out. And I saw your face. I was like, wait a minute, that looks like dude on Twitter. And that's when I hit you up. I was like, I remember that. Remember that? Yo, you did.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't use their face on Twitter, but I feel like, well, I'm writing, so people should. Yeah, this is me. I am who I am. So
Logan in the 3-piece suit, y'all.
you got to look the part.
That's right. He's great. That's right. He is, man. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's somebody. Anybody who is trying to be inspired, getting into editing, writing, writing for the gaming community. Logan Meyer is somebody that I say, look at, watch him, because nothing came easy for this guy. He's worked hard for everything that he's had to get, and he's endured a lot of the stuff along the way. So this is why he's where he's at today. And that's why I appreciate him a lot more, because I watched his journey just in the short time that I've known him. I watched him, and he moved pretty steadily. So it's not a surprise to me where he's at, because you reap what you sow. He put in, so he's getting out of what he put in. So watch him. Hey, I'm pretty sure you can send him DM. He'll get to it at some point. He's a real nice guy. I ain't gonna ignore you. He's only gonna ignore you if you're trolling or something. But if he sees that you have some questions, sincere question, he'll respond to you, man. He's a good dude. And like I said, Logan, we appreciate you, and we're rooting for you, man. And I'm glad that you gave me a chance on my tiny platform to come down here, man, and do something that was my vision, and that was to reach back out here in these gaming streets to people that I think are very significant, and you're one of these guys, man. So I really appreciate you taking out your time, your busy work schedule, just like mine, and we make this interview happen for the Xbox streets out here, man.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm honored by your words. It really means a lot, and I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm trying. I'm grinding. I'm climbing the ladder. I'm really enjoying my time with the Lords of Gaming. Great guys, great panel, great site, and just I want to make a career out of it, and just show everybody respect. Treat others how you want to be treated. Just don't get an ego. Just everybody starts from somewhere. So just like talk to people about if they want to ask about gaming, go ahead. If you want to talk pop culture, talk whatever. Shoot, go ahead. Just be
so true,
cool, bro. And others will be cool to you. So just I've really been enjoying it, and yeah, shouts to you, man. You keep it real, and you have a good platform. You're not you don't have some agenda you're trying to spout, and you're not getting handed bills under the table kind of thing. So you're authentic, and that's what you want.
That means a lot to me, man, because I was told that because my thing was, look, if you're gonna represent Xbox, represent it. To me, it was there's not a lot solid representators. You want to be solid, and it's okay. I want to show that it's okay to be. That's all it is. It's okay to be. If Xbox is your only option that you enjoy, it's okay to be. If you have multiple consoles, it's okay to be. But there's this stigma about being just an Xbox fan, like as if that was the worst thing in the world. And that was my vision. That was my drive, Logan, to just and I appreciate that, man, that you said that, because you're right. I made it my principle to have no filters, to shoot it cut dry, to wear it, You can't just come out here. To me, you can't half step. It's like Big Daddy Kane back in the day. No half stepping, Come out here, you represent it, because people will see that. So it's not every day that I hear that, man. And I appreciate those words too, brother. I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. Keep grinding and keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna go places. And just and the whole stigma about Xbox, that's slowly gonna dissipate. You're gonna see this generation that people are gonna realize that the whole it's fun or cool to hate Xbox thing was really kind of just dumb, and it is not the main thing. So just just at the end of the day, people are getting caught off guard because their takes they're realizing they weren't so true or weren't so accurate, and so they're scrambling to come up with new stuff. So we're
down to the last 7 minutes, y'all, and Logan's on fire right now, spitting that truth. He's right.
So just like what you like. At the end of the day, like if somebody's in a different faction and loves what they do, cool. Let them enjoy that. You like what you like. Your Xbox, absolutely. Go be an Xbox guy. Enjoy.
Right. You won't catch me and Logan wasting our energy to run over on what you're doing just to tell you what you're doing. We don't like it, because you won't catch us doing that. That's just not us, man. If you're doing something you enjoy, keep doing it, man. You build your audience over there, keep building it. We're not going to hate you. You won't hear me say, yo, don't go over there and check out his channel because he don't like Xbox. That's just not me. I'm going to stay in my lane and do what I do. And for those that like what I do, they will support it. And that's all it is to it. There's plenty of room in the gaming space for everybody to get involved in. Everybody. You don't have to knock somebody else down to try to build yourself up. or that's just me. Don't have to do it. I don't have to do that. So I agree with you 100%. Just do what you do. Enjoy what you do. Set yourself a vision and work towards it. That's it. I literally was if there wasn't social media, this is who I am, y'all. So it's easy for me to be me because I'm doing what I've always done. It's just social media, it just gave me an awareness platform. That's it. But it's never changed for me. Just like with you. If it wasn't Twitter, it's not like Logan is not writing. He's got his passion. He wants to talk about gaming. He wants to make articles about gaming. So he's doing that before we even knew him. You heard his story. That's why it's a pleasure to have you on my platform. You fit Di-Rrec Gaming. You fit it, man. It's people like you that I enjoy doing this with. The real workers. That's what I call y'all. The real workers. You're not made because you said some stupid stuff along the way, and because you prefer this and prefer that, and you bash this and you bash this, you get a bunch of blind followers. You're not that kind of a person, man. You didn't come up that way. Neither did I. So the respect is there because we stay to our vision. We build in our brand. And when we say brand, it's us. You're building your own integrity. That's all it is to it. And you, like I said, you're reaping what you sow, man. And you keep going as well, brother. We're here to big each other up. And this interview is as you can see, people, it's about being humble. You can't have an interview with Logan Meyer and not feel humble. The guy's a humbling guy, man. It rubs off on him. It just does. I don't think I ever did a show this calm in my life. It's the Logan Meyer effect.
Well, that's just my style, man. I appreciate it. I'm not one of those guys who just likes to scream or rant or just have a tangent kind of podcast. It's like, I'm busting a blood vessel in my neck or something because I'm just so irritated about something and how I'm so right and you're so wrong. I'm just like, at the end of the day, like I just like to talk with people and have a conversation about things we both enjoy. It's so like that's what I enjoy about podcasting and guesting or trying my own is like, you have a friendly chat with a friend about something you both enjoy and it's just fun.
That's right. Hey, did you ever think about getting into podcasting one day, or you like what you're doing? And because podcasting, it does take up some time. So it would be it'd be time consuming. That's for sure. But have you ever thought about it?
It's something I've thought about and I've looked into, and it's something I would consider if I had an audience for it. It's something I'd consider.
Right. Well, there y'all have it, y'all. Like we said, hey, if it's something you consider, I'll support you, my brother. I'll definitely support you. Hopefully, man, whichever road you take, regardless, it's going to be good work. That's one thing we know about you. So regardless of what you do, man, you're going to get that support. You're getting that support now. The Iron Lords, I know they heavily appreciate you. And just y'all keep doing y'all's thing as well, man. It's good to have you today. And if there's any last words you want to say to the crowd, please do, Logan. Make yourself at home, brother.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate it. Support the channel for sure. Pump up the subscriptions and likes and just support good people. And at the end of the day, like, don't focus on those that are trolling or tearing down. Focus on those who are doing good in the industry and trying to make a difference. Like, uplift good, don't uplift bad, and like just ignore. Just, you don't have to pick fights with everything. Just, if you like something, like it, and if you don't, then you don't. Just help others, and just, in this industry in particular, it's about community and brotherhood, and just, be good to each other.
That's right, man. And laugh like Legal does. Have a good time and just laugh at this stuff. If it gets to you, My advice is laugh, okay? It's easy to laugh things off, man. But like he said, don't get crazy, man. There's no reason to get crazy and all this stuff and take things personal and troll somebody all day long. It's just ridiculous. So block, mute, do what you have to do if you don't like that stuff. But in the meantime, gaming is positive, it's built on positivity, and those who truly know gaming know to move it in like such. And with that, y'all, we hit our hour mark, Logan. We did it. We did it, man. We did it.
The marathon has been run.
The marathon has been run. Hey, shout outs to you up there, man, in Oklahoma. God bless you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you. Shout outs to the chat room out there. Shout outs to the Xbox Live community for all your support for me and him and everything that you guys do, because me and Logan know that it's not about us, it's about all of us. And we all make this community what it really is. Game Pass, keep doing your thing. To all the hard workers out there on the Xbox side of things, keep doing such a great job. 2021, we're in for some more big surprises. I can't wait. Logan, you take it easy, my friend. Remember, always keep it gaming. Chase the one up in life, and Xbox rocks it don't stop. This is the new legal represent Di-Rrec Gaming. Logan Myers in the building. We out of here, people.